Hello everybody, in today's episode on Grainificent, I will be showing you how to load this Adorama film loader that I have here. Of course, many different companies make the same exact film loaders under their own brands, so it will be similar to other brands. But in the box, we have something like this. This one's branded as Adorama. But of course Kaiser and many other different companies make the same exact ones. So in this video I will show you how to load this loader. Let's get closer, let's get into it. And so the first thing you will need before we of course load this film loader is your chosen bulk film. Here we got the Fomapan 400. Of course I won't be loading this because this is good film. I wouldn't be able to show you what goes on inside the film loader, so I have a little scrap part of film that I can demonstrate on how to load it. You of course can get bulk loaded film from different companies, different ISOs. This is 17 meters, that's about 50 feet. You could get as well 100-foot rolls, so the more you get, the more affordable it is. So of course when you have your bulk loader, you should get with it a crank to load the cartridge in here and crank on the film. This also serves as basically a triple security, so you don't accidentally overexpose the whole roll inside there, because when you open the insides here, the film comes out from over here. And when you have this door open, this part over here shuts closed, so the light doesn't go in there. And you can't accidentally unlock it with this open, because you can't even put the crank in here without first closing these doors. These doors have to press in a security bolt over there, and when you press in the doors, that's when you can put in the crank. And while the crank is in there, inserting the crank moves a mechanism under there that opens up that door, so you can roll film easily into your cartridge. So while this is in here, you can't open this door, and this stays open. The doors inside there for the film stay open. As soon as you take it out, this lock comes out, the doors inside there close, and now you can open it up to take out your film, and these doors over here are shut, so you won't expose your roll. So how to load this roll? Of course, in the back here we have your ISO wheel. That's where you set your ISO, so you know yourself what ISO film you have. You unscrew this back here to take the lid off, just like that. And I have a little scrap of film here to show you how to load it in here, but film will usually come on different spools. I had very old Kodak T-Max 400 in here, so it came on a spool like this. You take out the empty spool if you have it. You have to leave it just like this. You take your film out of your container in complete darkness, of course that is, and you unspool it a bit so you have an edge. But before you insert it here, of course, it won't go through because the doors inside there are locked. So what you will have to do is make sure that these are locked, put in the crank. That will unlock the doors inside there. And so now you have little slides that this film has to go underneath. But when the film is bulk loaded, the leader will be going this way either way. So you just unroll it a little bit. You have to feel it in so it goes underneath those little tiny rails there, the leaders. And when you have it inserted that it doesn't want to go in anymore much by itself without forcing it, you have to turn this knob here to pull the film in. At that time it will grab onto the film and you could put the rest of the roll inside here. And it will pull the roll in. Just like that, it goes back and forth. And when you feel resistance that doesn't want to go in any further, that means it's hitting the doors over here. So you stop rolling it. You put the rest of the film in here. You close this door and screw it on tight. Just like that, so it doesn't come off. At that point, you can take out this crank, open this, and you have the leader sticking out. At that point, you can tape the cartridge, tape the end of the film from the cartridge to this, put the cartridge in here, close it again, put in the crank, and load the film into the cartridge. Of course, before loading, you press this button over here, pull it down for this film counter to reset, that you have a full roll. And when you load the film, this turns, and this counter down here goes down, showing you how much film you have remaining. So when you have this film leader sticking out there, let's pull it in a bit. So with the leader sticking out a bit, you get your cartridge with some film sticking out from previous use. You get a piece of tape underneath. You put the end to connect it with the end sticking out there. You fold over the piece of tape. Of course, you can do it much better. And you roll it in by hand a little bit to get past that bump and to get into this part over here. You insert your cartridge in here, close the doors, insert this handle. You put your counter onto the arrow mark here because it needs to go past this exposed part and leave some room for the exposed part at the beginning when you're loading your camera. And now say for example I want 15 frames on my film. You go ahead, you crank it up, and it counts the frames as you're winding. I heard the film already got in there, so let's say I wanted 10 frames. I release this, open it up, and I rolled in the entire part I had for show into the cartridge, so I will have to take it out later on. But there will be film sticking out here still as well. You pull some out. With this you can roll some out a little bit, and you cut it like that, and you have a roll of film ready to load into your camera. And another part sticking out, you should have sticking out for you to load another cartridge. So that's how you load your own film from bulk using this film loader. So that, my friends, was how to load your film loader and any problems you might have with it along the way. If you would have any other questions related to this topic, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And also, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe down below. It shows me I make helpful and interesting content. So thank you for watching, my friends. Take care and see you in the next video.